Yeah. Yeah, real shit. Fuck with me on this one.
Hey everybody, this is Fatima with the Fashionfilez. I am here in Buffalo, New York with Rashaad Holley. He is a Buffalo State student and a pretty much, I want to say, world-renowned designer. His line was in Runway 10.0 and 11, and it did phenomenal. He actually has like a billboard in the school and the student union, and he's just been doing a lot of great things. So I want to have a conversation about him, who he is, how he started, and where he's going to go next. So stay tuned. How you doing?
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. So just introduce yourself to everybody. Let everybody know, who you are.
Well, my name is Rashaad Holley. I am from Buffalo, New York. I am a graduate of the Jacobs School of Management at UB. Currently a apparel design concentration in the Fashion and Textile Technology Department at Buffalo State. I've had the honor of traveling around the world to study fashion, the honor of introducing children to the world of fashion, the honor of inspiring who knows how many individuals to pursuing their dreams and believing in themselves. I am a 2018 honoree of the Changemakers 30 Under 30 for Buffalo, New York. Countless awards, countless honors, countless scholarships, and a multitude of support from my community, my family, my friends, and blessings from God.
So what got you into fashion? Because everyone is like, they have their own personal style or they're a stylist. How did you become attached to fashion? When did that begin for you?
Well, I grew up a little less fortunate. So I don't think that my love for fashion was something that, I was able to really practice as a child or in my youth. But after high school, I was doing music for a while, and I got attached to some guys who actually were going here. Well, we're going to schools here, and our friendship kind of budded to helping out their project, and they were doing a streetwear line at the time. And I just kind of got involved with that because I liked it a lot. So we would wear the clothes and everything. And after I started to go to school for a business, I decided that I wanted to, get into what they were doing and kind of start to monetize and use my knowledge and everything that I was learning in school to help out that project. So I started to work with them and do my due diligence in that area. And that kind of just sprouted into a lifestyle for me. As I moved away from music, I just went more and more towards fashion. So
you have a menswear line that's out right now.
Collection. I won't call it a line, but a collection, yeah.
And just can you tell us about that? Like, some of the materials you used, because I saw some of the pieces and I'm like, wow, this is like, it looks very ergonomically eco-friendly. Like what did you use to put that together? And it's different too.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Early this year, I was interning in Milan, Italy. Mm-hmm. And while I was there, I was just really like, I don't know, I was going through a lot, but I was home and I was binging Peaky Blinders, mm-hmm. which is a Netflix sitcom that's based in early 19th century England. And I actually spent last summer in England, so I have a real attachment issue with menswear and English tailoring and that whole thing, right? So that kind of just really like sprouted my ideas. And the last day that I was in Milan, I actually had just got my scholarship check. I won the FSF scholarship this year. And I just got the check. My entire time in Milan, I was scratching, didn't have money, going days without eating. And I got my check like the week I was leaving Milan, right? So the last day I was there, I was, like I ran to this fabric store near the center of Milan, and I just balled out. Mm-hmm. And I bought all types of cashmere and wool and like everything that I could take with me. Mm-hmm. And then I came back and I bought a bunch of silk from New York, and I just put together all of my ideas in like 2 weeks.
Wow.
And I was actually here the 3 days leading up to runway.
You
3
finished
days.
that collection in 3 days?
No. I finished it in 16 days. But the last 3 days, I literally didn't leave the building. If you look at the pictures, I actually have on a 3-day old outfit that I didn't change. I didn't go home,
That's okay.
like nothing.
It's hard work, right?
Yeah. I know I had to hug my professors. I was thinking about this the other day, actually. I had to hug my professors, and I was like, oh my God, I probably smell terrible right now.
Who are like some designers you could see yourself possibly like collaborating with, working for, and designing for?
My dream placement right now, since I'm like really super into menswear, would be a Tom Brown or a Tom Ford or even a Saint Laurent. I would love, I mean, yeah, that's like a dream, but yeah, so that's kind of where my head, like if I was to say like right now I had to drop everything and go work somewhere, I would love to work for Tom Brown.
How do you feel about like Virgil and like where he's made it, you know?
I think it's great for the culture, just because you look at the people who follow him, who have, you know, like taken a like to him and like his craft and like who he is as a black man, and being, you know, breaking down barriers, quote unquote. But as a whole, me personally, I would like to see more. For someone who has reached that type of stature, I would like to see more minorities around him, like visibly, not necessarily on a runway, but in the
Positions of power.
Not even that, but in the showrooms and, you know, cutting, you know what I'm saying? When I see him on video, or I see him walking around backstage, because that's what I pay attention to. I would love to see more people of color there. I would love to see more black women there. I would love to see more black men there. In that environment, that's what I'm looking for, you know? I would love for my shot, you know what I'm saying? I would love to be there, but I would love to see people like me there.
So you know that that's a place that you can
Exactly.
get to.
Exactly.
You know, it's not an impossible dream.
Right. Design students like me matter. You know, I was just talking to my friend Ashley in the lab right now. You know, like that we're here. You know, like there's a girl named Raven in the room over in class right now. You know what I'm saying? Sewing for the first time. Like this is her first day being on one of these machines. You know what I'm saying? And I was the one who talked to her and told her that she could do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I want to see. Exactly.
How do you balance like your work life? Like your work and your life?
Work like clocking in?
Yeah, because you do work.
Nah,
right?
not anymore.
Oh, okay. Hey.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, I can't. I think I've removed myself from the ability to clock in. I'm just at one of those places right now mentally where my mind can't handle that type of structure. You know,
It's like fighting against what you naturally want to do.
Yeah, and
well, also like just like this from your everyday life. Like, I mean, unless this is your everyday life, because I understand when you have a passion, that is your life.
Right.
You don't really separate the two. Like, but people ask me like, what are your hobbies? I'm like, editing, I don't know, shooting.
But I mean, I think that's beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, when people understand that about you, and they know that you're not gonna divert from your path. It's just like a faith. You know, like when you feel like you have a purpose, like you want to serve that purpose nonstop. You know what I'm saying?
So you don't have like a work life?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Together.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
It's just like art. It's like art. Like I love art. I love people. I love God. I love, you know, like I love clothing. I love like education. You know, I love my family. It's all married. Everything just touches like beautifully. Well, not beautifully because my life is a mess, but you know, I think I'm blessed with the honor to be able to just have that marriage of like everything that I love just together.
If you could bring something back from the past, from fashion, what would it be?
The life of Alexander McQueen.
Oh yes, that's my guy, yo. I love him too. I just loved all his patterns. the intricacy, because I also love 18th century fashion. I don't want to say but one of my goals was to be a stylist. That's something that I do very naturally. It's not something that anyone taught me. It's just something that I was always known for. Just really, really clean and just easy to do for me. And a lot of the things that I wear, people, they can't wear, or they don't know how to put it together. So that's something that I connected with him, was his style and the way that he put things together. I think the 2016 collection, he did menswear, and he had butterflies on blazers. And it was just like a blazer with butterflies on it. It was in black and white. I don't know if you saw that one, 2016. And then he just did gowns, really royal type gowns. And I love anything with ruffles, and it was just like all 18th century inspired. And there were black women in his show, you know, like you mentioned, but just the overall design and the things that he chose, it was very like, okay, you're either gonna wear the whole thing or you're not, you know, and he spoke to me, his clothing, so that's kind of what connected me to him. He's definitely one of my favorite designers, and it was always like a very dark with a very happy. It was just like the perfect combination, because sometimes I do wear a lot of color most times, but sometimes when I just want to look edgy but still like fun, I like went to his designs. I actually found a dress that I wore this year to my friend's wedding, and it was inspired by one of his dresses. His dresses are pretty expensive and extravagant, but mine looked really similar to his. It was black and it was really long, it had pockets, and it had butterflies like all over it. I think it was like butterflies and moths. I love butterflies. So I was like, wow, this looks just like one of his. You know, so I wore it, and everyone loved it. Yeah, like I'll show you a picture of it, but everybody loved it, and I was just like, wow, like I found it, because the one that I wanted was $19,000. That's like student loans right there. I'm not investing, you know, exactly, like a down payment on one of them. So I'm like, I need to find something that looks like this, but I did. I found it, it was amazing, I still have it. I'm probably gonna just wear it in a different way, but yeah, no, he's definitely one of my artists. He's definitely one of my favorite designers. So, last question is, what do you want your legacy to be, Rashaad Holley? What do you want people to know about you?
I think I want people to know that when it came down to it, I trusted that the path that was laid out for me was the one that I should follow. And it wasn't my plan. I think that I want people to look at me as somebody that believed in the plan, believed in himself, and didn't stop his efforts to get others to believe in themselves too. That's it.
Well, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Fashion Files with the amazing Rashaad Holley. You can find him on Instagram, Facebook. There you go. So everything is Rashaad Holley. So just check him out, follow him, follow his story, follow his success, and stay tuned for the Fashion Files.
Fashion Files.
Peace.